Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be checking out Genesis from Overwatch. This is a 3-part animated short. I'm not sure where in the universe or the lore it takes place, but we'll find out. It's a shame that Blizzard decided to axe the PvE for Overwatch 2. You know, the first game, the cinematics for the first game, the other animated things like this, you know. They all did such a good job of building up the world, the characters, just making people want more. But we're not here to talk about what could have been in regards to PvE and Overwatch 2. Yeah, so I think I'm going to quit bitching and start watching. This is going to be the first part of Genesis. It's called Dawn. We're going to watch it and then roll right into the second one, which is Innocence, and the third one, which is Rebirth. So, here we go.
Sky, what's your inbound?
Roger, 30 seconds. Battalion spotted your sector, 50 clicks south-southeast.
Copy that. Delta, take positions. Overwatch on site. Taking heavy fire. Sky, confirm targets.
Affirm. Units approaching. Grid point 19 Charlie.
You've been spotted. Get out of here, Sky. Get out of here.
No matter what you call them, warbots, tin cans, they were soulless machines.
Your boy Ryan, that's me!
But the truth is, we were scared. I was scared. They were supposed to be the beginning of a new life.
Life before the war was extraordinary. Anything was possible. We had implemented God programs. The next generation of artificial intelligence became omnipresent.
That's why they call them the Omnics, right?
They controlled most of our infrastructures, like the food distribution systems aimed at helping against famine, poverty. We were no longer defined by our mistakes. No. The AIs were saving us from them.
Artificial intelligence was running systems to make our lives better, but what was really exciting was combining it with robotics.
Omnica, yeah.
Started building
Yeah, okay.
a new line of state-of-the-art robots. Omnics would eventually
There it
eliminate the
is.
need for humans to do all those idle, mundane, often dangerous jobs.
Everyday needs that puts power at your fingertips
Line of robots that put power by your side.
and geared up to put power in their hands. Omnica Corp, always looking to what's next.
Those prototypes Omnics kind of resemble the early robots from the Matrix. If you watch the Animatrix movie, the animated anthology movie.
Look, Omnica kept making robots
The second Renaissance Part 1 and Part 2.
safer, and as you know, this business is all about what's next.
And what was next was Mina.
And in Tech Talk, Omnica Corps announced today
Isn't
that
that the-
Dr. Mina Liao,
Yeah, isn't that who made Echo?
an eminent visionary in robotics, will develop the next generation of Omnics.
Omnica Corp has made a lot of strides.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's Echo's voice, which is
we're
based
going
off
to
of
do
the
better.
creator.
What I mean is, they've done great. We've done great. But it's time to reach for the stars.
Frankly, I had my doubts. Dr. Liao was a legend in her field, but we were asking her to push the limits of what many thought was already perfection. When it came down to the moment of truth, we had no idea what was about to happen.
It didn't just activate.
She was born. Life before the war was extraordinary. Anything was possible. But But it was all about to change.
I know now why you cry. But it's something I can never do.
Aurora was the first of us to awaken.
Aurora.
Can you imagine how she must have felt?
Yeah, they gave her more human eyes than like the Zenyatta type bots that have less defined eyes.
Surrounded by your creators. And then you learn the truth. That there is no other creature like you anywhere. That you are truly alone.
Dr. Liao discovered that Aurora was sentient.
Yeah, because this is kind of shot like after the fact, it's giving me District 9 vibes, sort of.
Choosing.
It was hard to believe. I didn't want to believe it at first.
She passed every single test we could come up with.
All the Turing tests, all logic gates, like...
Dr. Liao committed career suicide by saying Aurora was alive. But her testimony was very compelling.
This just in, a stunning ruling.
The robot was declared a sentient being.
Granted her freedom and released into the world.
I was so relieved. She had a chance to actually live free. And she made the most of it.
Aurora had been born into a world that she didn't understand.
She would have to be a complete fucking celebrity and superstar walking around. Either with admiration or with people who despised her, you know.
Seeing how humans treated each other. The good and the bad. But eventually, she had questions about the nature of her own existence. About her soul. And she could only find those answers alone.
Is this the formation of the monastery that Zenyatta would eventually be at?
While all that was happening, there was a lot more scrutiny into Omnica Corp's
It's redundant to
operations.
say be at, which
didn't go well
Zenyatta would be.
Overspending, mismanagement, fraud even. But in a couple of years, Omnica was done.
All those automated production lines, completely abandoned and unmonitored for years. By humans, anyway.
Breaking news out of Nigeria. Countless social media reports of an invasion underway.
It remains unclear exactly what's happening in Central Africa, but we do have some
Bastion
footage from the
unit.
scene.
Also getting eyewitness reports of strange robots designed for combat.
We were caught by surprise. The world was caught by surprise.
Yeah, I don't know how much of the start of the war was known until this point. Like, I know there have been comic books and other material I've not consumed, but...
It seemed like every country was hit from every direction, all at once.
Fucking Bastion's coming out of the fucking ocean!
We didn't
That's
know
terrible!
But one of the God programs, originally designed to help humanity, had hijacked Omnica's production lines to build warbots of its own design.
They called it Anubis.
I was gonna say the Temple of Anubis map. I thought they had a corpse. Some weird sarcophagus that was on that map before they removed it for the second game.
Be achieved without the end of humanity. And it used us to carry out its plan.
Because there's like echo pieces on the ground too in that map. There's like weird pieces of scrap.
We were running out of hope. But there was a little.
Yeah, you boy! Reaper, Soldier, Torbjorn, Anna. Sorry, Anna. Yeah, no, that's not Soldier. That's the guy who died, right? The old captain of the team. I forget his name.
Those first victories showed the world what Overwatch could do. Soon the strike
Fucking
team was
Adam.
joined by a whole army. Of course, recruits like me were always amazed by what the core team could do. Overwatch had the impossible objective of winning the war. And sometimes, it seemed we might actually pull it off. Anubis didn't sleep, didn't feel fear, and didn't feel despair. But it also couldn't feel hope. That was what Overwatch gave us.
Maybe that is Soldier. I can't tell if it's him or the old leader of the team.
Hope was going to be enough.
Damn! Shit, man, that could have been a dungeon or a raid in the game. That's not going to happen now. Or maybe it will, but they'll sell it to us.
The United Nations created Overwatch, and we won some victories. We thought the tide had turned. Unfortunately, it did not quite work out that way. But life had to go on.
Part 3, Rebirth. Yeah!
Any battle we won, the Anubis program was learning from its defeat. We could never beat it the same way twice.
Annihilation, or victory, depending on your point of view, seemed inevitable. And I know I had no choice in the matter. I was under the control of the Anubis program. But it haunts me.
All the Omnics had their major subroutines overridden and controlled by a lone god program.
All of the Omnics?
All except one. Aurora. Her sentience meant that she was immune to the Anubis directives. But if the AI could interface with all these Omnics, maybe Aurora could too.
Oh, like a different voice, a different ghost in the shell, different thing to bounce off of.
But we had found a way to replicate her, to transmit her. But the cost would be so incredibly high.
Whatever Aurora was looking for on her journey to Shambali, in that moment, she had found it.
We were pretty confident we knew what the results would be. But I will never fully understand what really happened in there.
Okay, excuse me?
Aurora gave us a chance.
A choice, even.
Something, everything changed. It was the strangest thing I ever saw. That moment would be known as the awakening.
For the first time in our existence, we were suddenly given a choice.
Yeah, but an iRobot, they're like, yeah, put them all in container crates and stick them out, we're locking them all up.
Some continue to fight the humans. But some of us chose to turn against the AI that had held us captive. We had a choice.
Kind of like the Forsaken breaking off of the main Scourge.
The strikes and counter-strikes eventually drove the enemy forces to collapse. By some small miracle, we infiltrated and quarantined Anubis in Cairo. Months later, the war was over. We had won. I got to know some of them. They are like us. Reflections of us. Some are no good. Some I would trust with my life. I suppose we all had an awakening.
The awakening? Of course I remember. For one brief moment, we were all connected and aware. What I remember more than anything else is her message.
This is kind of what I think the Kala is like in StarCraft in regards to the Protoss being connected.
Choices. I was excited. Alive. It was frightening. But I found in facing fear, there is freedom. And through freedom, you can find your own path. I have chosen to share the discovery with you. A new beginning. I wish I could stay. You have this one life. Choose well.
You have this one life.
Choose well.
Choose well.
All right. That was all 3 parts of Genesis. That was a pretty informative piece of knowledge about before and how they came online, and let's talk about it in the outro. Okay, that was Genesis. That was the 3-parter, and now we know how they came to be, their origins, their integration into society, and the war that was in between. I'm wondering if, like, when the Bastion units are attacking Nubani in the Bastion cinematic, if that's during that time, and then when he wakes up, is that why he's got the choice per se? That's wild. Like I can't really think of anything to say because I'm trying to process it. Like, I know how AI has been presented in multiple different movie and TV show science fictions. Again, not to reference the Animatrix, but they did have one animated short in there where a robot was kidnapped, one of the squiddy type things, was kidnapped by some humans, and they basically were trying to see if the machine could be convinced to want to help a person instead of kill them. And I don't want to spoil that, but it's kind of like in here when Aurora went into the Anubis system, and everyone had an awareness. Yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. I think that's going to do it for... Stop. If there's any other video game related cinematics you would be interested in me watching, please let me know. I've already seen some Warhammer 40k. I've already seen some Star Wars, I think Old Republic, animation. Some of them are crazy. But this does it for me for now. Thanks again for being here. Hope this was worth your time, and goodbye.